First of all, I'm interested in foreign language teaching and learning as a whole, since this is this research area my research studies are focused on. I did a PhD at University, a PhD on linguistics and language teaching methodology, and since then I have been teaching English at the academic level, and I've been also working as a teacher trainer. Particularly as far as specific learning needs is concerned, I'm interested in this area mainly for two reasons. The first reason is of a practical kind. Ever since I started teaching languages, I've had many cases of students with some sort of need. It could be maybe a physical disability or a learning difficulty, but also foreign students, for instance, with suffering from a cultural shock. So this led me to believe that a class cannot be regarded as a monolithic entity in which every student is like the others, but it is the opposite, because actually a class is a variegated composition of different students with different thoughts and different learning styles. So actually in a class the diversity, either cultural or linguistic or physical, is the norm rather than the exception. So this arises the question whether a teacher can meet all these differences, all these specific needs in the same class at the same time. And this leads to the second reason why I'm interested in this specific area. Since some learning needs are specific, what are the methodological principles that a teacher should follow in order to meet these needs in an inclusive way? And this is exactly the key question that I've been trying to answer in my research studies at University. The first step is getting to know the learning difficulty itself, and fortunately there is plenty of research studies and research books for teachers who explain and discuss all the difficulties of the students and the strategies they use to learn. So I think that teachers should use these books for their needs analysis, as well as, for instance, talking to the children's families or speech therapists if available. So also make use of professionals' expertise on the matter. So I think that a foreign language teacher should in a way focus on accessibility, which means try to eliminate the barriers that may be present in the foreign language classroom. And some of these barriers are in a way connected to the student's lack of self-esteem, so we should work on motivation. On the other hand, there are some barriers that arise in a way when they depend on our methodological practice. So teachers should be able to identify these barriers and try to overcome them with some teaching strategies. Another point that I would like to stress is the fact that these accessibility strategies should focus on inclusion. I mean, they should aim at inclusion. Given the specificity of some learning needs, of course, at the beginning, some adapted materials and differentiated activities are necessary.